Okay, here we go with part two of the room relations. Um, if you remember from the last video, we had things that need to be considered in designing a house. Um, and we were talking about service areas when I stopped the last video. Uh, and we talked about baths briefly. Okay, kitchens usually located near the dining area, of course, because you cook the food, you want to take it directly to where you're going to eat, whether that's the nook or the dining room. It's nice to have a window in the kitchen. It lets in natural light. If it can overlook, the backyard or a side yard. If there's children involved in the family, you can keep an eye on them out the kitchen. It's just nice to be able to look outside from the kitchen. And of course, close to the parking area is nice so that you can make getting groceries inside easier. Okay, uh, big things here on the kitchen and storage. Uh, Cabinets come in standard sizes. Okay, the upper cabinets, the wall cabinets are 12 inches deep off the wall, and base cabinets are 24 inches deep. Now the countertop typically hangs an inch over the front of the cabinet, so the countertop is 25 inches off the wall. But you need a certain amount of space besides things next to refrigerators, next to stoves or ovens. You need space on either side to be able to set things. Okay. Um, Back up one here. There's two different methods of thought in designing kitchens. One is areas, storage area, prep area, cooking area, like that, and the other is work triangles. Work triangles is the older traditional way. Um, Grouping things by area is kind of a more modern way, but they both work out the same. Okay. Let's see. The cleaning center area. Yeah. Garbage disposals. A lot of you may have garbage disposals in your home. If you're on a septic system, you would not install a garbage disposal because you don't want a lot of food waste going into a septic tank. Okay. It kind of messes up the anaerobic action within there that breaks down the debris that goes into the septic tank. Okay. And it can clog it up. Um, the traditional work triangle is basically you would draw a triangle between each of your major areas, and the sizes would be somewhere between 4 and 7 foot long for each side of the triangle. Okay, and here's a couple of examples. So between the refrigerator, the sink, and the oven, those are your main points of the triangle. And you try to, if you can, you would like to plan a kitchen to where there's no traffic flowing through the middle of the kitchen. That's not always possible, but we try. Uh, Kitchens can be laid out in a variety of shapes. Okay, it can be straight line, or a galley, and then L-shaped, in which you've got them on opposite walls or adjacent walls. Sorry, or you could have a U shape where it's on three sides of the wall. A peninsula kind of sticks out from the wall, or you could have an island, out in the middle. Um, so there's lots of different ways to lay out a kitchen. Okay, and it's all based on the size of the house, the needs of the homeowner, things like that. Okay, cabinet sizes. Um, Most overhead cabinets are 12 inches deep. You will have some that are 18 inches deep that might go over a refrigerator or over the oven sometimes. Okay, they're typically 18 inches above the countertop, and they come in a variety of widths, 9 to 48 inches wide, but they're all in 3-inch increments. So 9, 12, 15, 18, like that. Base cabinets are typically 36 inches high. Actually, the cabinet itself is like 34 and a half. And then you have the countertop. So the countertop height is at 36 inches. And they also come in standard 3-inch width increments. So we're not going to plan kitchen layouts in this course. Um, but if thinking about it, you want the wall cabinets and the base cabinets to kind of line up with each other. Now, they won't always do that because when you get into corners, you've got issues there. And so we use filler strips to kind of add an inch or 2 inches of space between the cabinet at the corner or something like that. Um, Appliances, um, it's nice to put a sink in front of the window, um, but you want to think about where appliances are going as if you're arranging a kitchen or designing a kitchen. And in this is not a kitchen graphic here, but here I want to show you when you place a dishwasher, you want to think about where's the door going to open for the dishwasher. So here it opens straight out away from the sink. You would not want the dishwasher on this wall because then your door opens toward the sink. Same way with an oven or a refrigerator, you want to think about where is the door going to open and how is that going to affect traffic within that room. Okay, the utility room is where the laundry goes. A lot of houses, laundry rooms are really small. It might even just be a closet off the hallway or off of the bathroom. Um, but you think about it in trying to plan something, it's nice to put the laundry room near where the dirty clothes are. Okay, because that's what the laundry room is for. It's for washing the laundry, and it's nice if it can be close to the bedrooms. I would not say right next to the bedrooms because of the noise generated by the laundry. You wouldn't want it right next to it, but if we can put it close to that, it doesn't have to be next to the kitchen. Okay, often they're near the kitchen, but it's better to have them close to the bedroom. You definitely do not want them in the basement or in the garage. Okay, because it just makes getting to them more difficult. Okay, garage sizes. Um, this kind of varies as far as sizes, okay, because cars run, in all kinds of sizes from, your little Mini Coopers up to your full-size suburban SUVs. So what works for one car may not work for another. So we have just kind of some standard typical sizes, and if you can't get your SUV into the garage, sorry, you'll have to park it on the street. Okay. But most people, their garage gets filled up with stuff, lawnmowers, bicycles, pet stuff, toy sports stuff, things like that. So it's nice to have additional space in the garage for those things. Most importantly, it should blend in with the rest of the house. It should not look like it is stuck on. Okay. Traffic flow, we've talked about that already in the in the class, but okay, outside living space. What we would call a court or a courtyard is like for like a U-shaped house, and it's that space in between all three sides of the house. Okay, it's usually surrounded by two, three, four walls. Um, and it's it can be made into a patio or some gardening space or things like that. What we call a patio is on the ground, not attached to the house, okay? And it's usually made of concrete, brick, stone, something like that. Okay, a balcony would be above ground and kind of hangs off the side of the house with no additional supports, okay? A deck would not be a balcony, okay? A deck is attached to the house structurally, and typically a deck has no roof. What we call a porch is typically attached to the house structurally, okay, and has a roof. Just some terminology there. Okay, universal accessibility. The book will go into this, and so if you're having to consider handicap access, these things become important in planning. Minimum size doors. Minimum is 32 for all doors, but a 36-inch door is much nicer for negotiating a wheelchair. Countertops typically are lowered, okay? Um, grab bars in specific places, types of flooring used. Um, okay, ramps. A ramp should have a slope of a maximum slope of 1 to 12. So for every 1 inch rise in height and elevation, you'll have a 12-inch length or a run. Okay. And then once you hit a 30-inch maximum rise, okay, you got to have a landing. Okay. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into this, but if you think about, pushing a wheelchair up a slope or down a slope, the lower the slope is much easier. Okay, so 1 to 12 is the maximum, and it's basically for every 1 inch or 1 foot in height, you've got 12 inches or 12 feet in length for the ramp. And there we go.